So welcome to another edition of the Chris Smith Show, the 28th of October, 2025. So what we seen last night in the World Series was an excellent display of gameship. And I wanna talk about what we seen last night in the World Series because I want to put it in parallel to what we're seeing in society with the women that are crying about they're cutting welfare and they're cutting food stamps, Section 8. So we're going to talk about that here today on the Chris Smith Show. All right, welcome. New to the channel, man, please hit that subscribe button. Want to support the channel, all the links are below because balance needs to be brought in what we're seeing today in society. And what I mean by balance needs to be brought. One thing that I could truly say that as a 56-year-old man, what I've seen is I've seen the change in the people that actually speaks out. And the people that are doing well in life, they got this, I just don't want to say nothing, I don't want to get involved. And the people that don't have anything, they tend to talk the loudest. And so what has happened over the last 30 years, and of course with the success of social media, a lot of people that don't have too much going on in life are the forerunners in the speaking the loudest. So our president thinks that it is a good idea to bring welfare reform and thinks that it's, a good idea to now implement the true nature of the use of help systems. So I'm going to give you parallel. If you call AAA Motor Club, and you call AAA Motor Club and you tell AAA, today is the 28th of October, but next month, I am going to need a tow on the 5th. You know what that AAA Motor Club will tell you? That's not how this works. AAA is used for emergencies. And you knowing that next month on the 5th, when you get paid and you want to get your car towed, it's not an emergency. So what you're going to do is you're going to hang up the phone and you're not going to say anything. You're going to say, oh, learning lesson. So on the 5th, you're going to get up and say, hey, my car won't start. That's what you're going to do. But that's what AAA Motor Club is going to tell you. If you call today on October 28th and say, hey, next month on the 5th, I'm going to have an emergency. I'm going to need a tow. They're going to put you in your place real quick. So what you're going to do is you're going to adjust how you apply for your AAA motor service. You're going to adjust how you use your AAA Motor Club. You're saying, oh, I can't do an appointment. I'm going to adjust the way I use them. So what you're going to do is you're going to adjust. You're going to wait till the 5th. You're going to call them with said story. What we seen last night, and one of the things that fascinated me about sports, baseball, is the one thing that fascinates me about submarine movies when I see the captain navigating a submarine underwater. So the one thing what happens is, let's just say they call Ohtani up and they say, hey, we need you to do what you do. Or somebody that's no name. They call them up and you're up at bat. Or we need you to get us, bases are loaded, we're in a jam, we need to get up out this jam. And he goes up there and he puts somebody on base. You're going to see that captain go, and he's going to come out the game. I think that's excellent. I think that is so, I don't think no other sports show us adjustments in code like Major League Baseball. And I love it. I love it when they just be like, they don't say nothing. I think that's the coolest. Yo, I think that's fly. It's kind of like I love Crimson's Tide. When you watch Crimson's Tide with the late Gene Hackman and Denzel Washington, and you know, they're in that sub and they're like, con, sonar, torpedo on the water bearing 258. The captain be like, Captain has the con, a rifle rudder, and then release countermeasures, releasing countermeasures, dive, and they're making adjustments. For all you women out there that's crying about the fact that the president is now implementing the proper use of welfare in Section 8, what adjustments are you making? Hold on, let me get back to that. Let me go back to what I said before. If you called them today on the 28th and said you needed them on the 5th, they would say, nope, that's not what it's used for. So now let us implement what you guys have been using welfare in Section 8 for. You have a kid, you're already on Section 8 and welfare, and then you turn around and have another one. So let me say that again. You have a kid, you're on Section 8 and welfare, then you turn around and have another one. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Nobody drives their car on a flat tire. They fix that before they move forward. I don't see no other perspective that just keep engaging further and further into destruction like single moms on welfare. So this is what I'm saying. You have a child that's 10 years old, and you find out that you need welfare in Section 8. You apply for welfare in Section 8. You get welfare in Section 8. Your child is now 11. You're already in the help me zone. But then you turn around and you have another child in the help me zone. Why are you having children in the help me zone? You know why? Because the unfortunate is this. You're using welfare in Section 8 just like a person that called AAA Motor Club today when they need them on the 5th. You're doing the exact same thing. And because of that, our president is now implementing welfare Section 8 for the proper usage. And you so caught up. And instead of making adjustments, you're threatening that you're going to go out and commit a crime. Well, you do that. And we'll be talking about that too. I want to thank you guys for checking me out for this edition of The Chris Smith Show.